Good morning, hi, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 306, and I'm Kristin Omdahl. So happy to have you here. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting this morning. I am, and I'll tell you about my project in a few minutes. We're here in Southwest Florida waiting on the sun to rise over the buildings and the trees to the east, and this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. I started this project last night. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Ruthie. Thanks for joining me live. I'm working with Be So Tender worsted weight organic cotton and a size J hook. Hi, Lily and Grace and DJ, Naomi. Thank you all for joining me live. Happy to see you here. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Jane. Thanks for joining live. Hi, Thea. Thank you. It is pretty. I can't wait to show you the finished project. This pattern will be released next week along with a knit version of the same type of project. Good morning, Melissa. Thank you, Ruthie. Yes, I'm very excited about it, and I will be able to wear both pieces starting next week when the patterns are released. Hi, Karen and Chris and Mar. Thanks for joining. This is Be So Tender yarn in colorway Lagoon, which is a gorgeous teal blue-green. Hi, Margaret and Beatrice. Thanks for joining live. Okay, chain one. There we go. Now I got to remember a 4-row stitch pattern while talking. Let's see if I can do that kind of walking and chewing gum today. Hi, Sunshine. Thanks for joining live. Thanks, Tanya. I love this color too. So pretty. Very much a beach color, right? On any given day, some part of the beach or sky could have a tint of this color in it. Now, what's surprising to me is that, and I don't know how this happens, and I know I say this a lot, but I don't know how this happens. I started this last night. I didn't start this yesterday morning and do a marathon of crocheting. I started this like 4:30 yesterday, and I had some waiting around to do those, so I did have a few blocks of time to actually sit and really just charge through it. But with a J hook and worsted weight yarn, it really is amazing how quickly you can get some rows done. I'm using Be So Tender yarn, which is my organic cotton that is worsted weight and has a beautiful thick, thin texture to it, and a size J hook. A simple 4-row crochet stitch pattern, and come next week I will have videos and patterns for you for this project, and photos. Have the whole 9 yards ready. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Grace. Hi, Sherry. I think maybe I saw Karen too. Hi, Christy. Thanks everybody for joining live. Hope everyone's having a good start to their day. Good morning, Marianne. Thanks for sunshine. You know, I rode my bike to the beach for the first time today, and I think I giggled the whole way. Every person I passed, I probably more enthusiastic than should have for a stranger said good morning to everybody, but I thought that that was just the most exciting thing in the world to ride my bike to the beach, to even live close enough to the beach to ride my bike, to have a bike, ride my bike to the beach, and ride my bike to the beach to do a video podcast on the beach. I was so excited doing it, and I could almost cry now because I'm still so excited that I could do that. It took about 20 minutes riding, but it's not even a fast bike. It's a cruiser. It only has three speeds, so it's not even something you could go fast on. So I was just kind of tooling through the neighborhood. Found roads with sidewalks as much as possible. Couldn't the whole way, but it's not fast roads. So yeah, that was really exciting. And there is a bike that you're not supposed to take bikes on the beach, and there is a bike, what do you call it, the metal thing that you put your bike in, the locking thing at the beach, and I don't have a bike lock, so I was afraid to do that. So I have my bike over here. I'll show you. This bike I got, oh my gosh, this bike is probably 12 years old, and I gave it to a friend about 8 years ago, and turns out this week she doesn't need it anymore, so she gave me the bike back. How strange and wonderful and awesome is that? So when I show you, turn around and show you the whole beach, I'll show you my bike too. Here is the beach to the south of us. Got some stormy clouds down there, but we'll see what happens. And there's where the sun could or could not come up over the buildings and the trees. And then you see that bike over there? A creamy colored bike with a little platform in front and a big fat seat so my butt doesn't hurt. So I got my little cruiser bike over there. And then here's the beach to the north of us. Yes, bike rack, that's what I was trying to say. Here's the beach to the north of us. A few people out there walking around, a few birds. Here comes a big pelican our way. So I probably look excited and I probably look flushed because I've already been exercising this morning. Good morning, Nikki. Thanks for joining live. I don't have a basket. I have a wood platform in front that I have a bungee basket or bungee thing over. So I was able to put my beach towel, my tripod, and my yarn bag. Yeah, there are bikes that can go on the beach and there are beaches that you can bike on. This is not one of them. This bike does not have tires for the beach, and this beach does not allow bikes. So there's the bike rack out front, but until I get a lock for it, if no one's gonna bother me, I wanna keep it right where I put it so I can see it so no one can steal it. I doubt anyone would steal it, but I don't wanna take that chance. I'm really happy to get my old bike back. I just can't believe that I gave it away 8-9 years ago and got it back. No, it's not my dad's yellow bike. A friend of his took that when he passed away. That was a fun bike. That was definitely a beach cruiser. It had real big fat tires. My bike is cream. This isn't, I'll post photos of my bike on Instagram today. Yeah, it is going to be good exercise for me, Lily. It's not going to be intense exercise because it's just a calm, relaxing ride on a bike that doesn't go fast, but it'll be 20 minutes to the podcast and 20 minutes home. So I think that will be nice beginner exercise for someone who hasn't exercised in a really long time. Yeah, if I go to this beach, there's no hills or bridges. If there's a beach that's closer, or maybe the same distance from home, but it involves a bridge, and I'm a little nervous to do that. Today was the first time I've been on a bike in many years, so. Thanks, Thea. Hope you have a wonderful day, too. Yes, Patricia, it was just so serendipitous to get the bike back. I can't even believe it. I'm a little blown away that I got probably my favorite bike in my whole life even, and to have given it away at some point because someone else needed it and I didn't have a place where I could ride a bike, and to give it away. I love giving things away. I love paying it forward. I've done it so many times in my life, and it makes me feel good every single time, and I gave this bike away because of a situation like that, and to have gotten it back all these years later is just amazing to me. Amazing. I don't even know what to say about that. So I'm super duper duper happy. Probably happier than if I had the money to go buy a brand new bike. I don't think that that would have been even as exciting as getting this one back in this way. Oh, well, that's fine. It's okay to be distracted by nature. The birds are chatty this morning. And I saw that a few other people were asking me about my vest. This is the Tender Chloe vest. It's also done in Be So Tender yarn, the same yarn that I'm working with this morning, but this is a knit vest, and it's a cardi wrap vest, which means it's just a rectangle with sleeves. So if you think in terms of gigantic buttonholes, this is a scarf with 2 giant buttonholes. It's a flat rectangle with a really pretty, simple, feathery stitch pattern, and it is absolutely one of the simplest things to throw on over anything. Look at that. I just threw it on over a loose-ish top and jeans. And I'll back up so you can see that. Super easy to throw on over anything. You could wear it over a dress. I've worn it over sundresses before. I've worn it over shorts and t-shirts before. I've worn it over longer sleeve blouses and jeans before. I've worn it over a t-shirt and jeans before. There really is no wrong way to throw this over something. It's a layering piece. I think the texture of layers really is flattering on all body types because it changes up your silhouette, right? So anytime you want to take focus off of your silhouette, things that layer on top of each other, especially asymmetrical, yes, Margaret, they give the illusion of making your eye go somewhere other than where you want to. You need to learn armholes. Yes, that's a good thing to learn, Patricia. Basically, if you can cast on and bind off, that's all you need to do to make armholes. You're just doing it in the middle of a project instead of at the beginning and the end. That's the only difference. I do have videos for this project. Videos, pattern, you can download the pattern for free on my website. You can order a printed copy to get mailed to you, and you can order the yarn on my website, and you can watch the videos both here on YouTube and on my website. So you'll just want to search for Tender Chloe on my website or on YouTube. That's it. Good morning, Edna. Thanks for joining live. Sorry, anybody, that I have missed your name. I do appreciate you here. All right, so I'll get back to crocheting. The sooner I get this done, the sooner I can show you the project and you can get started on it. Does anybody have any questions for me this morning? The birds are curious. We've got a handful of them watching me. Hi, guys. I'm working on a project that will be released next week, Sherry. As soon as I finish it, I can, the pattern is done. As soon as I finish it, I can take photos and release everything. This color, Julie, is called Lagoon in Be So Tender yarn. It is one of the prettiest teal colors I've ever seen. Probably more blue than green, but definitely teal. Here's the rest of the ball I'm working on. I have a full ball I can show you too. Here's my last one. I'm trying to keep it around a 4-ball project for the smallest size. The pattern will come in 4 sizes. So we'll be able to have instructions for whatever size you need. Hi, Ronnie from India. Thanks for joining live. We have at least 2 people from India today. That's great. Wonderful, sunshine. We'll see you later. Bye. Breezabee's listening in the car. That's cool. Good morning. When you get a chance to watch later, you can see the pretty color of the yarn we're talking about. Thank you, Ronnie. So excited to show you these projects. So it turns out I think I'm getting Marlin's cold. I started taking some Mucinex last night and again this morning, so that and some garlic lemon soup, and hopefully I won't get it as bad as he got it. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining live. Hello, everyone. I can't tell. I think that might be Japanese letters, but I can't read it. Yes, I wish he wouldn't have shared his cold with me either, but oh well. Ronnie, I'm doing the last-minute step-outs for a new pattern that will be released next week, and I'm going to have a knit and crochet version of it. As soon as this one's done, they'll both be done, and the patterns will be released next week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, Marianne, if you haven't gotten sick yet, all I can say is take your vitamins, wash your hands with soap. Didn't work for me, but hopefully all of the things I did preventatively will help me not get it as badly. We tried elderberry flower syrup this season too for the first time, so I'm hoping that's going to help build my immune system up to not get as sick too. Oh, we put Vicks on our chests I put Vicks on his chest the last few nights, and I did my own last night. So I feel like I have a good handle on it. yeah, the lack of sleep has been an issue lately too, so maybe that's part of it. So, fingers crossed. Yeah, well, Dee, when I'm not teaching, I absolutely work fast. That is correct. I have been knitting and crocheting for work for many, many years. And so, oh yeah, honey and ginger's a good idea too, Marianne. Yes, I need to get some ginger. Echinacea, that's another good one too, Jane. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, so I try to work as fast as possible when I'm not teaching, because the sooner I can make stuff, the sooner I can teach it. So my incentive is always to work on speed. And so the other day when we were talking about different crochet hooks and knitting needles, because I am a professional in the yarn industry, it is important to me to have tools that help me with speed and accuracy, right? So when I talked about how important the anodized metal was, that's what this is. This is an anodized, I think it's aluminum. This is one of the Susan Bates crochet hooks, and it's that anodized coating on it that makes it so slick for me, that helps me to go faster. And when I'm trying to slow myself down, whether it's for a slippery yarn or a project that I'm trying to wrangle yarn and learn something new, or trying to teach something super slow, sometimes I switch to bamboo or wood, because the texture of bamboo and wood, I find, help to slow you down and keep the yarn on your needles that are hooks, so it makes it a little easier when you're learning. See if I'm missing anything. Thanks, Vicki. In knitting, I don't even really need to look that much anymore. Crochet, sometimes I can look up, but not always. Hi, Steve. Thanks for joining live. Yep, the charts are done for these patterns. Everything's sized. We're going to have a bunch of sizes available. So pretty excited to show you. So it'll be next week or sooner if I can finish this sooner. So depending on how quickly I can finish this, but I have a feeling I'm going to be done pretty soon. For anyone joining now, I will tell you that this is Be So Tender yarn, which is the same yarn that I'm wearing as well. It is worsted weight organic cotton that is super, super soft. Works up quick because it's worsted weight. This is colorway Lagoon, and this is colorway Cloud. This is a free knit pattern on my website and videos, and this one will be come next week. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, Sherry. If anybody enjoys my podcast, I would really appreciate a thumbs up when you're watching. It's a big deal to YouTube to see that kind of activity. They weight their videos and their YouTubers based on thumbs up. So if you feel so inclined, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, what row is next? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. Okay. Does anybody else like to memorize their stitch patterns when they're working? I know I do. I love to be able to put the pattern down and memorize it. It's one of the things that I enjoy to do, so I think I work at it. Oh, the water does look silvery today. You're right. The reflection of the clouds is making it look silvery. Yes. Yeah, I feel like it's just another. Do I ever get sand in my yarn? You know, as long as you're not getting stuff wet, sand doesn't stick to stuff. Like even my feet, I walk in the sand all the time, but I don't walk in the water, so the sand doesn't get stuck. And I feel the same way about the yarn. As long as it stays dry, sand's not getting stuck to it. And even if it did, once it dries, sand falls out of anything once it dries. So I absolutely do not worry about the sand. Sand doesn't stay any longer than it has to. Oh, same with the Shangri-La bag. That's right, Sherry. Yeah, once you understand where those color changes need to happen, you don't need to follow the chart after a while either. I agree. There's something really fun to me about, I think I did my pattern wrong. Hold on a second here. Aha. See? Okay, it's possible. Yep. I finished, you know what, I did do my two rows. See, I knew it was bound to happen, all the talking, and I ended up finishing the row 2 rows ago wrong. So now I have to unravel 2 rows back. Ah, what are you gonna do? You know what it is? It's all that being so happy with myself for moving so quickly. I spoke too soon. Oh well. It happens. And I knew I was bound to make a mistake while talking and crocheting. That's like one of the hardest things to do. And what's funny is I'm starting the rows fine, it's ending them. Like I started a row on a row 2 and ended on a row 3. So that's weird. Happens to Steve at least twice a project. You know what? I'm okay if I'm just watching TV or just listening to music. It's when I start trying to do something else like talk. Like sitting in the car in a parking lot, no big deal. But trying to talk, that's when it's easier to mess up. Oh yeah, this is the row I finished wrong. Okay. Almost there. Okay. See if we can fix the mistake. You ever gone back and fixed a mistake and then thought you fixed it right and then you fixed it wrong? I do that too. It's like once the mistakes start, I feel like they stay for a while. Does anybody else do that too? And you'll look and go, oh, I fixed it for sure. No, you didn't fix it. You just made a different mistake. Also, component to trying to rush. I am guilty of rushing all the time. And when you rush, okay. So it's V3, V3, V3. Let's just double check the whole row's right. V3, 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 V. All right. I think it's good. Oh, DJ. Yeah, I think if I go back and make a third variation of the mistake, that's when I set it down and say, okay, you need a break. Absolutely. Yeah, I see lots of people do that. Yep. Beatrice has reamed out a row many times. And made the same mistake again and again. Yep, that happens too. Yep. But the key when that happens is to pay attention to the situation, and if you start getting ruffled, it's time to set it down and go find a diversion. Because once you get into that hole, it's very difficult to dig out if you don't take a break. Morning. Yep. It happens to Pearl when she gets bored from the repetition. Yeah, that can happen too. I find, you know, it depends on my mood. Sometimes I like boring projects, or what we call Zen projects, and sometimes I prefer something that's a little more mentally stimulating. And it's funny because sometimes those go faster for me than the Zen projects. But I don't think the point of Zen projects is to go fast. The point of them is to zone out. So anytime I'm trying to rush myself on a Zen project to finish it, it's very counterproductive and doesn't work at all. See, this is one of the conversations you can only have with other crafters. Imagine if you were trying to have this conversation with a friend or family member who's not a crafter. This is when they would roll their eyes at you, right? Where else can you talk about the intricacies and the ins and outs and the ups and downs of crafting than with other crafters? Yes, DJ, slow down and smell the roses, or step away and smell the roses. That was one of my grandpa's favorite expressions, to stop and smell the roses. And he's passed away. He passed away, oh my gosh, a couple years before Marlon was born, so almost 20 years ago, and I still think of that expression that he shared all the time. It really is great once enough time has passed that you can only remember the good memories from the people that you've lost. And that's one of my favorite ones of his. Actually, one of the other favorite ones of his that I told Marlon the other day, which is really funny because I had to explain to Marlon what an answering machine was. My grandpa used to always, and my name was Chrissy in my family, not Kristen, and he would say, "Hi Chrissy, Tom Cruise here, give me a call back when you get a chance." And this would have been early 90s, so Tom Cruise was a big actor at the time. And that's how he used to leave messages for me on my answering machine. How cute is that? Oh, Crystal, I'm so glad you get a chance to watch the beach sunrise with me since it's snowy. Christine, your family calls you Chrissy too. That's awesome. When I was in 2nd grade, I begged everybody to stop. And to this day, I wonder why I did that. Because I think Chrissy would be cute as an adult. Too late now, though. Yeah, if you have snow outside your house, that's one of the reasons why I chose to do the podcast here years ago, or last year, was because, or actually, when I say years ago, it's because I dreamed of doing this for several years before I started. I thought it would be a fun way to share nature and the beach with other people who don't have the opportunity to come here every day. Does anybody remember several years ago when the Discovery Channel did a nature sunrise show in the mornings? I remember visiting a friend's house, a friend who lived here before I moved to Southwest Florida even, and she used to put it on every morning while she drank coffee. And every day it was a different nature scene around the world, and they would just have this camera set up and you'd watch this show for an hour, and who knows what would happen. It would be some sort of wildlife, some sort of nature, but you would see, and at the beginning of the hour, it would start dark, and as the hour progressed, you would see the changes of the colors as the sun came up. And one day we watched the Everglades, another day we watched Thailand in a water scene. What else do I remember? We saw stuff in Africa for sure. We saw stuff in jungles, and it left such a lasting impression on me. And I always thought that that would be a really fun attribute to a podcast. So that, and there's a couple other things that inspired me to do the podcast, but that was definitely one of the things that inspired me to do this specific podcast, because I so thoroughly enjoyed watching the way the colors changed. I thought it was so fascinating. And although we don't see as drastic of color changes here, because I don't do it might have been an hour and a half. I don't do it for an hour and a half. I don't start during dark. But you know, you make the most of what you have, right? This is the time I have. This is the location I have. I don't have the same situation that they had, but I do like being inspired by that show. And I feel like we are able to show some of the color changes by the time I get here for sunrise. Yeah, it's cold where a lot of you are, it sounds like. So awesome. So glad we could share beautiful beach. Just the sounds of the waves are so special. Hi, Crystal. Thanks for joining live. Ooh, Pauline's in Australia, 45 degrees Celsius. That's somewhere in the 90-degree range for Fahrenheit people. It's going to be hot where she lives today. Me too, Sherry. I love the sound of the waves. When I was a kid, I used to have cassette tapes of different nature sounds and listen to them on my cassette player. And one of my favorites was beach waves. I love the sound so much. Yeah, great to see new people in the group today. Wonderful. And everyone else is... Ruthie, you still have those tapes. Wait a second, you still have tapes and you still have those tapes. That's amazing. Sherry's husband has albums with sounds of nature. Yeah, I used to love those so much. I had one of a sailboat where you could hear the creaking of the wood and the water lapping the boat. I had one of a tropical rainstorm, which I love too, and then I had beach waves like this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Somebody asked what I'm working on. I'm working on a pattern that's going to be released next week. There will be a knit and crochet version of it, and I'll tell you more in the next couple of days. But it's a beautiful, easy stitch pattern, and it's done in Beso. Both pieces will be done in Beso Tender yarn, which is my worsted weight organic cotton. This is color Lagoon. The other one I believe is in Seafoam, and I'm also wearing a piece from that's done in Beso Tender yarn. This is the Tender Chloe Vest, which is a super easy knit pattern that you can find on my website. It's a free online pattern. If you want to have it printed and mailed to you, it costs a couple dollars, and you can watch YouTube videos, tutorial videos here on, or watch the tutorial videos here on YouTube or on my website, and you can order Beso Tender yarn to make it on my website too. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. Oh, Mara, I broke my necklace right around Christmas. Yeah, I've been getting, nobody has asked me live until you did just now, but I've actually not had my necklace on for a little over a week now. The necklace broke, the chain broke just before Christmas, or just after, right around Christmas, and I've not had a chance to go and get it repaired yet. So yeah, I feel a little naked without my necklace, but I'll be fine. It's safe in my room, but thanks for asking. It'll be back soon. So thank you all so much for taking time out of your schedule to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the sound of the waves, our little bird friends chatting with me and everyone else here. If you enjoy my podcast, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, and share it with your friends if you like. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.